Hello and welcome to the Dead Air Dudes. I'm Izzy.
I'm Raka, and you are Dead Air Dudes Nation. Thanks for logging on today. And we have a special treat as we are going to review spoiler-free. Say that again.
Spoiler-free, keyword here.
Spoiler-free, the hit Korean survival drama series Squid Game.
Squid Game, the Netflix original that so far as of the date of this episode airing, it's been out 9 days. And they say that it's going to probably be the biggest show ever on Netflix. All right, it's 9 episodes. It is already, well, it's poised to be the biggest non-English language show in the world. And like I mentioned before, the biggest show ever. It is number one in dozens of countries. And it's crazy the amount of success that this show has garnered and attention. It's all over TikTok, all over social media. And it's number one on Netflix, of course. So
so the creator and writer of it is Hwang Dong-hyuk. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And he originally developed the script in 2008 when he was ironically facing financial hardship and some bad times. He read books such as, which eventually became movies, Battle Royale, Liar Game, Gambling Apocalypse, and such, yada, yada, yada. So obviously, what they tell a lot of artists is when you're in emotional swings of highs and lows is actually the best time to create.
Oh, definitely. So, yeah.
This is probably it.
When you're in a moment of joy or strife or you're down or whatever, it is the best opportunity to draw from the real things in life.
All your inspiration. So again, without any spoilers, this is the main premise here. You have a down and out main character who is financially strapped, emotionally destitute. He's got issues upon issues. He's a chronic gambler. He's got so many problems. He's got a kid. He's got no money. His mom is sick. Pressed into hard times, and in a very clever way, and I got to stress this as far as the writing goes, I think it's very clever. He's presented an opportunity to participate in a game that can financially turn his life over should he win. Now, a lot of false advertising or misleading advertising, when they say there's a lot of money to be gained, if you lose, you'll be eliminated.
Right.
If you find out later, that has a literal definition.
Exactly. Eliminated.
And now that's no spoiler because you see that in the trailer. So that's it. What I think impressed me the most is, again, the clever writing, the storytelling. It's not exactly an original plot, but the way it unfolds, not to mention insight into Korean culture, it's very clever. It's very witty. It's delivered phenomenally by the cast that they chose.
No, definitely. So far, I really enjoyed the acting and the characters and the characterization of the characters and how you actually feel, and there's scenes that you're ripping at the edge of your seat because you could put yourself in that position like, wow, if this indeed really happened, be shit out of luck, and you lose.
Well, I think this is the part that connects this movie series set in Korea, how it connects to the rest of the world, because it connects to something on a very basic human level, maybe something more now that the world is facing, since we're all facing pandemic together, we're all facing some economic strife together. I don't think in much of the history has been the separation between the have and have nots been a little greater,
Right.
especially now that people lost jobs, money, there's a lot of complications. This is where they hit a universal chord and they do it in an artistic way. And there really isn't anything else out there that's competitive to this. You know, they've mixed a nice balanced blend of childhood games, innocence, and some of the ugliness of adult choices.
Yeah, that was like minor spoilers. The name of spoiler, you could probably tell from the clips and the trailer and everything. Yeah, they're supposed to be playing children's games, and that's what makes it even more,
Tragic, man.
yeah, exactly crazy that you're playing tug of war and stuff happens. You're playing
Red light, green
that was
first episode.
happened.
I mean, if
That
you're
was-
not hooked after the first episode, I don't understand you unless you had a real traumatic childhood yourself. But you take something as basic as childhood games and you put everything, and I can't stress that, everything's on the table. You wager it all so that you can get out of the situation that you're in.
And what's good, what I do also like is that, like in traditional Korean drama, especially this one, it really struck out to me that your quote unquote good guys or quote unquote stars or the cast that's supposed to be rooting for, they're not all fully good.
No, I think that's another part of the draw is that everyone is gray.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
different shades of gray.
Many shades of gray. You could throw bondage in there and everything. I'm not going to get into spoilers with that either.
No.
All I could tell you is that it just enhances the experience. You throw in, I think they went all out as far as set design, and some are just basic, but you can. It's part of the whole aura of the series where it's a surreal world, but it's made in such a way that you as the contestant, you're the participant, you are so drawn and sucked into this fucked up surreal world.
Yeah,
it's like reality.
Yeah, down to the costumes where the masks that aren't over the top creepy, but it gets to you because
it's so impersonal.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're not telling you anything you don't know. It's basically the symbols on any PlayStation controller.
I'm thinking, I'm like, whoa, man, which is more important? You got the triangle, you got the circle, you got the square.
And again, this is satire on multiple levels. And if it's straight drama satire, I would say it's almost not my thing. But because they make it unmistakably slasher,
yeah,
it drew me in. Like, oh, this is some visceral shit that's happening here. And choices they make, they pit people to make, just like in life. But this, and I know this is artificial, but what's not artificial is your life's on the line.
Yeah.
And so, given you throw in the music, the cinematography, the writing, the acting, the directing, the fact that I think it's a good blend. There are times I know the beats go a little off track and a little longer than maybe it should. But then again, you have to understand that it's also a K-drama, and K-dramas, they have to fill that void. But when it does hit suspense action,
definitely, people need to realize that people are gonna be like, we're gonna watch it. Oh, the first episode was so good, and it happened. Then you're like, wait a second. I mean, there's too much backstory, too much talking, and too much.
But it's all purposeful.
Exactly, it all makes sense. Everything has a purpose to get to the end result, which is damn good. It's damn good.
It's an excellent series. Word is that season 2 was picked up. The original mindset was not a sequel, but just for it to be a standalone. But I think witnessing the current attention, not to mention the projected long-term interest, I don't see how they don't do a sequel to this and wrap things up as it is tailor-made to have a sequel. Again, no spoilers. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, we just don't want them to jump the shark, so to speak. If you want to have another season, you have another season, but let's not beat the horse too much.
So without further ado, if you're not watching Squid Game right now, what's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, Raka. Would you participate in Squid Game?
Very good question. As is life is right now, no. Because there's too much to risk. Had I go a little left, just an inch, veering into financial hardship and just looking at a ton of insurmountable debt, I think twice.
And the financial, like, oof.
Oh, the risk reward. If you're an individual who really's got nothing to lose, yeah, I'd be all in.
Yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. I'd be calling that number. And
I gotta say, how do you feel? First season Walking Dead, first season Squid Game. It's survival horror. Different.
Yeah, but it's two. Look, it's two different animals. I mean,
No, but there's one common animal. Mankind.
Yeah, true, but I don't know. Like you mentioned before, off air, you mentioned how more into the roles the Korean actors are than.
Oh, they go all in, chips in, man, balls to the wall. This is.
And that's no knock against American actors or any other.
No, but
in the place.
I mean, you can almost accuse them of overacting, but they're selling it.
Yeah.
Well,
you said it before. It's a K-drama, so it's already has the backbone within. I don't mean to insult in a soap opera type of a drama type thing. So
and this is actually the culmination of the bubble, because K-dramas, even pre-pandemic, was starting to really balloon up.
Yeah.
In as far as mainstream, really expanding past the language barrier into international. I mean, you got to be a big deal to break international language barriers, that you're such a visual draw that you're okay with the dubs and the captions and stuff.
For the record, I'm against dubs.
Yeah.
I'm
purist.
I'm against dubs. Give me the subtitles and and them speaking Korean, and I think you get the full experience. Not to mention I had read that I think the translations are actually off.
Yes. When you hear, I watched it with the dub and with English subtitles. So most times they don't pair. Unfortunately, that was the same experience I had with Demon Slayer. I would actually read it and watch it at the same time. It's frustrating at times when they're completely off the translations, but I can set my mind aside a little bit to the point where I'm appreciating the action. And even if it's not the exact words that need to be said, I'm not going to take that and rob away from it's not going to detract from the overall visual experience.
I mean,
because what's happening. Whether he says, ow, fuck, shoot, damn, what, it's a big deal of pain.
No, I know, but it just doesn't, I watched Train to Busan. I saw it dubbed and I'm like, what the F is this? I had to go and do the whole change it up.
Let me quick anecdote since we're on this. I watched Apocalypto.
Yes.
Like an idiot. My remote wasn't working at the time. I couldn't find the dub or English translation. I watched the whole movie. It's not even in Spanish. Okay. The whole movie's in as close of a South American Indian tribes dialect as they could. Until later at the end, did I see the options pop up. So granted, Raka at times has his moments of being an idiot, and I do enter occasional moron theater. Fine. But I watched in this native tongue, I understood what was happening, and it was awesome.
Hmm.
I give you that.
Yeah, no. What once you get a cut in the beginning, it may be, but once it look, I'm a quick reader, so it doesn't bother me. You read, then you look, and you read, then you look, and then you read, then you cut, then it doesn't bother me. So I know some people nowadays actually watch regular TV with subtitles, which I can't do that. But hey, no knock to you guys.
I mean, sidebar for all our fans out there, Izzy did not win, but he did place in the World Speed Reading Championships.
All right,
Okay, if you are listening to this on podcast, be aware we do have a YouTube subscriber giveaway, as also a TikTok giveaway. We're counting down to New York City.
the Instagram giveaway. Well, so
yeah, some things just don't work sometimes. Instagram is one of them. Here all week, try the veal. And so we are on our way. What is it? 4 days from now, we will be at New York City's Comic-Con. It's back.
NYC, baby.
A 2-year hiatus due to something, I don't know, the Rona. So look for a whole bunch of info coming out from us. We're going to stream live. We're going to have recaps. We're going to do daily presentations. We have contests and giveaways. We're going to cover Comic-Con up and down, A to Z as much as we can, hitting hard the artist alley, the comic book people, and of course, all things anime, books.
If you guys are interested in that kind of content, get ready because it will be chock full of that. So
to wrap things up here, for me, it is a 4.5 out of 5 Squid Game.
If we're going to give points, I guess I give it a 4.2 out of 5. But it's very good. It's definitely worth watching. It's very good. Take your time with it. Enjoy, binge it, but
watch it to the end. I think you'll leave it quite an impression.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe. And to say the whale, I'm Raka.
I'm Izzy. Take care.